Good evening, everybody. Ooh, good evening. Thank you for being a part of this tonight. Thank you. How you all doing? And where are you joining me from? Thank you so very much for your love, for everything. I appreciate all of you. It's going to be great tonight. Thank you. Please, as usual, thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you. Please, as usual, can I know where you are joining? You guys, you have come. Thank you. Well, I'm resuming school. School has resumed. Yes, so I'm in part 3. Can you imagine? Just like that. God is good. Thank you, everybody. I love you too so much. And tonight's so much value will be added to you. I want to please invite other people because it's going to really be great tonight. And I think we're not going to keep too long. We're not going to stay too long because I have to be in school. Thank you, South Africa, Manchester, Indiana, USA, Ghana. Thank you. I truly appreciate you. Kenya, the UK. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it, and I know you know it. Osun State, Lagos. Thank you. Amen. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you, everybody. Cameroon. Ooh, British Columbia. That's Canada. Thank you. Oh my God, my husband is here. Thank you, Bishop. My husband will be 70. Hey, everything is New York. Thank you, darling, for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Germany, Belgium. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you, Maryland. Thank you. Truly appreciate all of you. Tonight, I have 2 opening remarks. Houston, Tanzania. Thank you. Coventry. Thank you, everybody. I may not be able to mention all your countries or states or cities. Princess Fun, I see you. I see all of you. Thank you so very much. Sierra Leone. You know I love you. Yes, so that is 70 and not tired. Our marriage will be 40 years. God has been so good. So he got married when he was 30. I've been in his life since then. See God. Egypt. Thank you. Lagos. Thank you, everybody. God bless you, Maryland. I have 2 opening remarks tonight. Number 1, if you have a good friend, please hold that person tight. If you have a good husband or a good wife, okay, Abuja, I see you. Open. Thank you. If you have a good spouse, be grateful to God and treat them very well. New York, Doha, thank you. Worry. If you have a good friend, if you have a good spouse, because good people are scarce. In fact, it's now becoming Port Harcourt. Thank you, Ibadan. Oh my God. Please let me just go on with this. I appreciate all of you, Korodu, all of you. If you have a good friend, hold tight. If you have a good spouse, please treat them very well. That's the first thing I'd like to tell you tonight. Faithful people are very scarce. People that accept you as you are and help you to grow, they're too scarce. People that know how to cover you up, even when you don't deserve it, they are very scarce. Please, if you have a good person in your life, they don't have to be perfect. Hold them tight. Treat them very well. Please. Number 2, be merciful. Show mercy, my dear. Show mercy. Show mercy. We are all standing by grace. The best of us is still a human being. Whether married to you, whether your friend, whether a colleague, whether a pastor, whether whatever. please show mercy to people. People will hurt you. People will offend you. Don't get to a situation where you cannot show mercy anymore. Oh, I've been hurt. Oh, my heart is bitter. Oh, my this. Oh, my that. You are hurting yourself. Life is governed by principles. There is a way God does it that one day, in a season in your life, you will need mercy. And it will be a time when you do not deserve it. When you do not deserve it. All of us have been there. When you are not proud of what you've done, when you look at your life and you wish that you did not do it, yet your spouse or somebody somewhere just shows you mercy. Heaven notes it. God notes it. Show mercy. I don't know why I'm saying this tonight. Show mercy. Hey, show mercy. Show mercy. Oh, what is mercy? Leniency, grace, clemency, charity, compassion, humaneness, forbearance, sympathy, kindness, indulgence, tolerance, magnanimity. It does not mean that we are encouraging people to be irresponsible or to just misbehave or just do anything they want. Oh, it's a license, it's a liberty for saying no. But my dear, in my village they say, after begging you or after a bed, what is a bed now? Who knows? A telokan. Yoruba is deep. After they have begged you and begged you and begged you, some people will not even beg you. For your own sake, just decide to be merciful because you will reap it. My father's cousin was a pastor, a CAC pastor, and he died at the age of 103. He said to me, don't let people change you. Don't let people make you lose your tenderness, your graciousness. People will offend you. Oh, people that we love most are even the people that offend us most. Tonight, I beg you in the name of the Lord. A plea, yes. After they have begged you and begged you and begged you, you know, I never want to go into it because Martha and I were settling a misunderstanding with a couple one day. The mother-in-law, the two mothers-in-law were there. Well, after we had begged, the woman just said something that I don't want to say here. What? It jolted everybody. It's true now, she had begged and begged and begged. So please, I beg of you, show mercy. I've said two things tonight in my opening remark. Number one, if God has blessed you with a good friend or a good spouse or a good sister or brother, a sibling, somebody somewhere that is good that is in your life, please nurture them because good people are very scarce. It's not easy, but it's scriptural and you can do it because whatever you sow is what you would. And God has a way so that you will not be in a situation one day that, hey, you will need mercy. And so please, I beg of you, show mercy. Be kind. Be kind. Don't forget, keep good people in your life and then show mercy. Tonight is amazing. I have as my guest a beautiful lady, a coach, an on-air personality. This woman, I love this. It's true. Let me translate that. I love this woman so much, and she's going to be a real blessing to us tonight. Yes. This lady sound beautiful, and she has this, and then she's a believer. She's going to tell us about, ooh, here she comes. Look at her. Hi,
I love you too, Ma.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Thank
Mommy.
you. I appreciate you, and you're so beautiful.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank
I
you.
love you too, Ma. I love you too. I'm so grateful. And Mommy, you have spoken to me already. As in,
I'm honored.
as in, like, I got a note I had to write because it was like I felt like the two things that you shared, I have lived it. Like, it's my life. I have lived it. And when I was as preparing to come on this live, you didn't give me a topic, you didn't tell me anything. And I just prayed and said, God, have your way. And immediately you started talking about friendship. I wrote the wealth in friendship. Mommy, friendship that you spoke about, that if you have a good friend, nurture that relationship. Friendship is so crucial because you can have potential on your inside that no matter how kind you are, David could not have become who he was without Jonathan's friendship. Some friendships are necessary to activate the kingship in you. Some friendship would unlock the wealth in you. Some friendship are needed for you to be able to get the opportunities that you need in life. And if you don't make those strategic friendship, some things will just be potential in your life. For me, I had so many potential that I needed friends to activate. I did not even know. I didn't think I was a salesperson, Mommy. I did not think I'm a salesperson. Up until 2020, and my friends were starting a business, we joined together. We needed to raise funds. And we really needed to raise funds. And I just picked up my phone, Mommy, and I said, do you want to join our cashew plantation? We were receiving alerts. If I did not intend to help out my friends in the funding they needed for their business, I will not discover the potential in my audience on social media that they were willing to buy into anything I said. I wouldn't have known if I was not willing to help out a friend. That friendship and the willingness to help out that friend activated an opportunity for me to see, wow, you mean I have audience that will buy from me like this, that will transfer millions of naira without seeing the property just because I said it? I did not know until a conversation with my friend activated me into becoming that person and seeing the opportunity I did not see I was sitting on before. It is just too powerful.
Wow. Can you imagine? My speaker just hit the ground. My guests are they? Woo. Thank you so very much for corroborating that, Mrs. Odige. Thank you. Tonight, this is Navigate with FFA, and it's an honor to have you here. I actually invited you, like you know. I actually invited you, and thank you for visiting my husband and I, like 2 weeks ago. Thank you for my gift. I love it. I love it. And so, like I always do, I'm going to yield the floor to you now. You please tell us who you are. I want you to tell us, just pull back the curtains, the remotest past, so that we know that it's not one angel that just dropped from heaven that is speaking to us tonight. Tell us your full name, tell us what you do, tell us where you're from, a list of your, background and what you do. It's about destiny here tonight. When I bring guests here, I want them to tell us about their journeys, the mistakes they've made, things to inspire us, and others. So please, for the next 40 minutes or 45 minutes, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much, man. It is such an honor. This is such an honor. It's a prayer I did not pray for that came to me, and I bless you for the opportunity. I do not take it for granted. I am Tope Mark-Odigie. I'm married to the love of my life, a gift of God to me. That is my friend, and I cherish Mark-Odigie, and we have 3 boys. But I've always been an entrepreneur. Mommy, I'm someone that I've never written job application in my life, ever. I did not in any way think that I knew that was not my line right from when I was small. Somehow, as a teenager, I think I was around 15 or 16, I went for a retreat and I came back. And when I came back, I I had clarity that I am this big tree and my job is to ensure I'm planted by the rivers of water, because through me people will be fed. It was very clear. So in my head, for I saw that as you have a calling to be an entrepreneur because you are a resourceful, you have to become resourceful to solve problem for people. You provide shelter for people, you provide fruits for people. People will take your leaves to make whatever they want to make. You provide succor to people. I saw the tree and I was not even 16, because it was after that revelation I remembered clocking 16, and it was like it was a moment for me, and I wrote it down. I wrote everything. What does a tree symbolizes? All the things you can get from a tree. You can get your paper, you can get wood, you can build a house, you can, like, I was just flowing from the perspective of this is a tree and this is what God has told you represent. So went through school, studied science, laboratory technology. Mommy jammed me into some corners that I did not even know.
Wow.
But there was no mistake in God. While I was in school, because I really loved to make things beautiful and things better, it wasn't conscious. I was shaping people's eyebrow. My eyebrow, I've always done my eyebrow like this for the past 20 years. People saw my brow and felt I know how to do it. So because they saw the way I look, they wanted me to help them to do it. And that was how I discovered my ability to do makeup and shape eyebrows. So while in school, when I needed money, being resourceful, if I want to eat, let me tell you this story. Mommy, I want to eat spaghetti with sardine or geisha, 100 naira for the entire food. Spaghetti, sardine, tomato, pepper, everything. And when I realized I did not have money, I would buy razor blade of 10 naira. And in that razor blade pack, there are 10 packs of blade. Then I will go from door to door in Yabatek and ask people to shape their eyebrow. I know that by the time I do 10 people's eyebrow, I have recovered the money I used to buy my blade, and I am able to eat my spaghetti and sardine. So I would knock from door to door, ask people, canvas them, please shape your eyebrow. This your eyebrow is not nice, so let me help you shape your brows. Let me help you shape your brows. By the time they shape their brows, it was just 10 naira. I wasn't even adding any extra money. But by the time I shaped 10 brows, I'm able to cook the food I wanted to eat, and the entire room would eat based on me going out of my way. And that was how I discovered makeup. That was how I started makeup. At that time in my life, I was attending CAC. I was a CAC WOSEM baby. And there was someone in church that also knew I used to shape people's eyebrow and said, I want to do, I'm starting my music industry, Akin Alabi. He does music videos, gospel music videos. So he said he was starting music video and he wanted me to just come and do powder for a few people. And he brought me in, paid me 10,000 naira to do that. It was 5,000 naira. As I was going for the music video, I quickly bought powder. On the way, in Ikeja under bridge, I did not have a makeup kit. I took my daddy's first aid kit in his car, emptied it, got to Ikeja, bought powder, bought brush, put it inside that small first aid kit, and had my first makeup job. That would be about over 20 years ago. That was how I started my entrepreneurial journey, doing makeup. And I did become a professional makeup, and I did makeup for 13 years. We still have 2 makeup studios running right now. I stepped out of makeup 3 years ago, but my brand is still running as makeup. I still make money from the makeup I do. They do, but I established it and left it for them. I laid that preference so that people will understand where I'm coming from. I didn't just jump into entrepreneurship. I didn't just start. I'm not one of those that I was telling somebody that um I loved makeup. I was passionate about makeup. I said, the person Yimu for me. I said, why you Yimu that? I never applied for any job. Right from the moment I finished on Yabatech, I started doing makeup. I opened my first makeup studio at 21. I employed somebody at 22. I wasn't those people that did not get job. That's why they became entrepreneurs. No. I became an entrepreneur because I knew I was going to solve a problem, and the money for me would be in solving problems because I have to do that. That's where my value comes from. A tree has no value if nobody is sitting under your shade. If nobody eats your fruit, you have no value. If nobody takes your leaves to do something, how would the tree, what's the use of the tree? Everything on it will rot over time. But the value is ability to convert that raw material and use it to add value to other people around. So that was how my journey started. But many people know me from TV, and the TV story is a very unique, very, very divine one. And I say it to say that a lot of people sit down, they don't think about, we sit down on our challenges, or we sit down on and wallow in whatever the problem is. So I won't even say it was a problem, it was a blessing. I was blessed with twins, mommy, you met them. And upon having those children, my life changed. This is me. I was 27 and I have two boys. I could not do makeup because I have two boys. I had a maid. It was the first few months. I was just trying to figure out, are we breastfeeding? Are we not breastfeeding? Get a maid, do all of that. I had my parents around, but it was still very different. But I was watching a lot of TVC because I was breastfeeding. And while we are sitting down, we watch TV. We sit down, we watch TV. We sit down, we watch TV. And while watching TV, I saw a short advert. I didn't watch the beginning. I was distracted by the children. I only saw the end of the advert. The advert said, if you want to become a TV presenter, come to TVC for audition. I did not know that there was age. I didn't know there was anything about it. So I told my husband, they put audition in TVC. I would like to do it. And my husband said, I've already told you, you should have done mass communication. You know how to talk. You have the face. This is what you should have done. And it drove me to TVC and dropped me for the audition. So I got into TVC to attend the audition. This is me. I'm just barely 4 months after having twins. I was still very full. I got to the audition. There were hundreds of people there waiting to audition. All of them very skinny, I found out that the audition was from 18 to 23, man. 18 to 23. And this is me. I was 27. I was just giving birth. I was all full. So I went in there. I didn't let that distract me, because somebody listening right now, you say, oh, I don't have the BSc, I don't have masters, I'm not going to apply for that thing, I'm not going to go into that place. I went for the audition, and immediately I got there, they said, do you know the age? I said, I don't know. They said, but they are looking for young people. Oh, this is not. I said, let me audition first. I will not let you count me out. Let me even face the camera. So I got into the audition, and they asked me, have I worked in TV before? I said, no. Have you done did you do mass communication? No. Did you study English? No. Do you have any background in media? No. But I can talk. And I told them, I say, I can talk. Just let me face the camera and let me talk. And they switched on the camera and said I should do something. And I did something. I did something, and I qualified for the second stage. So they said all of us that qualified should wait, that they will now start calling us. The wait was inside the sun, as typical of auditions are. So because this was really sunny, I just went into one office that, let me just go into this office and collect AC so that my face will not be all scattered by the time they want to call us for second stage. I got into the office. It was like a reception. And I sat down and I was telling the person that, hello, my name is Tope Mark-Odigie. I came for audition, and I have qualified for the second stage. Please just let me stay here and collect more AC. Mommy, that was how I met Murayo.
Woo!
She was in a temporary office. That was not a permanent office. After gisting, told her I have twins, showed her the twins picture. She too was like, she wants twins. So then she had not even had twins. She was like, she wants twins, so that she's sowing seed, that I showed them the picture. We were gisting. She now said, that show you auditioned for, you cannot get it. I say, God forbid. Mom, I've already qualified for the second stage. I'm going to get it. He said, I have a better show for you. I said, He said, let me give you. She now gave me her card. I looked at the card. I saw Deputy Director of Programs, TVC.
Hey.
She now gave a number that this is the person you go and meet tomorrow for audition. I didn't go back for the second stage, ma. That was how I went. They had closed audition for Your View. I was brought in at that point when they did the audition, because I was always watching TV and I wasn't just watching telenovela, I was watching news. I was following the politics and all of that. When they did the audition, I was the only one that was current in terms of current affairs. That was how I just got into the show, man. I went to audition for an entertainment show. I did not know. But in that journey, it might not be clear to people where you are going to. You might not know. But somehow, if you keep on taking one step after the other, and you don't sit down and say, hey, I have twins, I don't have nobody, I can't, how will I carry these children to go and do makeup? How will I do that? And you sit down at home and you don't move. Nothing will move until you move. So I had to move. And in making that move, I got into TVC. From TVC, I continued doing. Let me give you this quick story from TVC. When we got through the audition, we were going to do photo shoots for all of us that qualified. So I saw the photo shoots and the makeup artists were not as good as I was good. I told Murayo, I volunteered. I told her, let me do makeup for all the ladies free. I would do it so that we look very fine. It was not about the money. I said, let me just do it for them. So I brought my makeup box, did makeup for everybody and myself. It was far better than anything their TVC makeup artists could have done. I unlocked another door. I did not know they were opening a new TV station called TVC News. And they were already talking about it, that this group of makeup artists they have cannot be for that international station they want to do. They need another person. So by doing that free photo shoot, Murayo the next week had a board meeting and she raised that there's a good makeup artist I met. She auditioned and she's already one of the ladies of Your View, but I believe that she can also do this thing. As they had the conversation, they said they should bring me in. She called me, will you be interested in doing makeup for TVC? I said, yes, ma, I will be interested. That was how, from audition and waiting to become a TV presenter, I became their head of makeup in TVC as a contract for 1 year. While I was doing my sample for 1 week, say, come and work for us let's just sample your work for 1 week. While we're doing that sample for 1 week, the head of wardrobe that was consulting for them, bad character, she was their consultant. She had a contract for wardrobe, but she kept quarreling with people over and over again. After being there for 1 week, by the second week, the HR had to tell her, both of us were supposed to do, I was to do makeup, she would do wardrobe. They said the lady, that they cannot manage, she can't manage it. That if in 1 week she has quarreled with everybody, there's no way they can make her a permanent person. So the HR called me and said, Tope, you've shown your ability to handle makeup. Can you handle wardrobe as well? I cannot say no. I say, yes, I can handle it. Because that would have meant more money for me. I said, so in my mind, mommy, I was saying for makeup, they will have, everything was going to be like 150. And I'll call the numbers now, it's way back then. And I did not even know how much to ask. I said, okay, if they say if they want to add wardrobe, what would it be? I said, whatever you say. He said 300. Mommy, I could not even believe it. I could not phantom it. Because even if I was going to mention money, I'd have said maybe like 150, because that was what was in my mind. But they called out double the figure. That's why sometimes you should not be jumping. Don't be jumping and saying this is the amount, this is what I'm worth, because you might end up finding out that what they want to offer you is more than what you think you are worth. But that was how I was in TVC doing their makeup and wardrobe and Your View for the first 3 years of Your View, before I resigned to say I want to focus and rebuild my makeup brand, which I did. And from doing that, we opened studios. In 2017, I started the year in 2017 with the leading in my spirit that I've been on TV for years, and we all complain about what government is not doing. So it was like me talking to the Holy Spirit that, so what will I now do now? I said, what is in your hand? I said, makeup is the only thing in my hand. I said, use that makeup in your hand and you to solve some of the problems in the society. So I said, all right, I will train 10 people free every month so that they will have something to do with their life. By the end of 2018, we had trained over 300 people free on makeup. Yes, ma'am. Every month on month like that. And last year, February, I was in London. I went to 805 to eat. These things are on record. I went to 805 to eat. When I got to 805, the person that came to attend to me was a makeup artist that was a beneficiary of my free makeup training, mommy. She said that after the free makeup training, with my certificate, she was able to get a job with House of Tara. With the House of Tara job, she was able to save her money to pay for her master's in the UK. And that's how she's in the UK right now. She hugged me, she was jumping, she was praying for me. It's been a journey of constantly seeing a problem I can solve, looking for how to have impact, and experiencing growth at the end of the day. Up until 2020, there was the COVID lockdown and there was the NSAS. When the NSAS happened, some of the people that knew me knew that I was caught in the fire incident. So me and Mariah were the only two people that came to the show that day. We knew that there was something funny that might happen. So my husband came to TVC with me and he said, since you still want to go, you shall want to just go and talk. You just want to go and I'm like, this is just so bad. Let me go and I cannot just sit down at home. Let's go. Our house is not so far from TVC. Let's go. So we drove to the office, and that was when the crisis happened. They set my car on fire. All my makeup products were in the car. My camera was in the car. Because I'm a always be prepared person. Mommy, I used to drive around with makeup studio in my car. I said, if you call me now and say, Tope, come and do makeup, I'm in your house. Because in this life, you have to face what you are facing. So I always carry my makeup box everywhere and my camera inside my car. But that day, at the makeup, at the camera, at the lens, everything burnt down to ashes. But God spared my life. And God spared everybody's life in that place that they were. God spared our lives. The fire incident consumed the building. The building has been pulled down, but we survived as individuals. Glory to God. But it was a fire incident that was it was when that day the fire happened. Me and my friends, it was our third day of praying and fasting. We were praying on the hour. So they would call me to do prayer. When it happened, my friend said that when they prayed 12 o'clock, we were still in that building. They couldn't reach me. That they were praying and saying that God, by the time we are praying 6 o'clock, Tope will be fine. By the time we are praying 6 o'clock, Tope will be fine. And when the everything was shaking, I told Mariah, I said, Mariah, if this thing had happened any other day, I would have been scared. I said, today is the third day of our praying and fasting. We will be fine. God has already given us victory. And by 6 o'clock that day, I joined my friend on WhatsApp video call and we prayed and we thanked God together because God did it. God answered their prayers. God answered my prayer. God gave us victory. And the fire was supposed to be like this moment where things went down for me. Mommy, it was a baptism, refinement to the next level. It was refinement to the next level. It was right now, I thank God for that fire. I thank God I lost the car. I thank God I lost the camera. I thank God I lost the phone. I thank God I lost everything I lost. Because I got home that day and I sat down and I told me and my husband were looking at ourselves like we drove to the office, we walked back home. We drove to the office, we walked back home and sat down and looked at ourselves and said, what next? What are we going to do? And I told him, I said, I don't know. I don't know. Second day I cried. I'm not going to lie like I was all strong. I wasn't though. The second day I went to check my car. I was picking out pieces of my camera. I cried. The third day I went there. I saw my alloy wheel because that car was a testimony. I cried. And after crying, David encouraged himself. I encouraged myself that this is part of the story. There must be a reason God will make me go through this. It cannot just be just to make me suffer. No, there must be a reason. And that was the channel for my entry into real estate because I felt like my tools were burnt. There must be something else I have to do. What is it going to be? So I attended trainings, I exposed myself, I was reading books. Dr. Olumide had come on Your View earlier that year in 2020, and he had given me a book on School of Money. That time I needed money. Mommy, I needed money. I read the book because Your View shuts down, and I'm a contract staff. If you don't work, you don't chop. So that 1 month, they did not do any show. There was no salary. There was no makeup job. There was no income. So the only thing I could do was read and pray that God, you have to show up for me. What is the next phase? Why would all my makeup products get burnt? Why would everything happen to me? Like, I'm a child of God. You have blessed me. This car was a testimony. I even took it to church. They anointed the car just this same 2020. So how would it now happen that I will suffer loss? I cannot suffer loss, So I did all those prayers, held on to God, and I attended the conference. And while I was in that conference, I met people that my spirit told me, this is your mentor. I've always prayed, I put it in my vision board for like 3 years. I had put picture of Tara and Ibukwawushika, Mrs. Ibukwawushika and TFD. The two of them, I put it in my vision board to represent a relationship that I was seeing in my future. I did not know how it was going to happen, but I knew I needed mentors. And I did not know how I was going to get one. So I put a picture that represented a good mentorship relationship that lasted over a long period of time. And I met Dr. Sunday Olorunsheyi at the Niya Adesanya and Leadership Bootcamp. It was an intensive training. During that training, I heard him talk. He spoke about his skills. And as God will have it, during those times I was praying, I had made a list of my skills and my gifts, that I am a good speaker. There is an advantage in this thing. I am honest. There must be an advantage in this thing. I love teaching. There must be an advantage in this thing. So when I wrote down everything that I had as a gift, and I heard this person speaking, and he was listing the things that made him successful in real estate, and they correlated. It was like this. They matched with the skills I had written that I had. I was like, I got his number and told him I wanted to have a meeting with him. And when I met with him and I spoke to him, I said, sir, this real estate, I want to know how to do it. You people are making money and you say you're making it legitimately. Come and show me the way. How can I grow in this thing? You say you like teaching. Me too, I like teaching. You say you like to empower people. I like to empower people. See what I did. I empowered people for makeup. They carried makeup and disappeared. Some of them did not manage the studio. Some of them abandoned the studio. So I told him everything. And he said, don't worry, I will help you. And it was this God sent, and it really helped me. And 2021 January, I started the year, and I said I'm no longer doing makeup. On the 1st of January, I announced it on TV, and I think people need to become decisive with their life. When you feel convinced in your spirit, God will not hold your hand, take you to the river, bend your head, put your head in the water, open your mouth, and even tell you how to swallow the water. Even if it takes you down to that point, you have a decision. So I had gotten to the point where I had met somebody. The person said this is the way. The person told me to buy a book. I read the book. The person told me to take a course. I took the course. Then I'll now start the year and I'll say I'm confused again. I'm not confused anymore. I started 2021 and I said I'm no longer doing makeup. I am now doing real estate. Did I have estate to sell? I did not have. But I had faith and I knew that it was going to work. And I declared it. Customers came. I said, I'm not doing makeup. I am now doing real estate. I will drink the Gary for a while, but God will break the ice. On the 1st of February 2021, I launched my real estate company. Before the end of that month, we made money. God God backs up his word. I have so many testimonies of the grace of God. But if I say the grace of God and I don't tell you the action, I don't tell you the sweat, I don't tell you the fact that I had to start, I had to go to the sites, I had to check on what is going on, I had to enter, like I had to do videos, you will miss out. You just think TMO prayed, that's the solution. Yes, it is part of the solution, but it's not the only solution. TMO prayed, but she also went to see her mentor. TMO saw her mentor. Her mentor said she should read a book. TMO read the book. Her mentor said she should take a course. TMO took the course. Her mentor said this is the estate. TMO drove herself to the estates. There were things she did that activated the grace of God on her life. And if you don't know the things, you will think that it's just the TMO prayed factor. And you continue praying and you not do anything. It will seem like God is not working. God is working. He will give you instructions you must do. And you will not receive a new instruction until you obey the previous one. So sometimes you are not receiving new orders from God because you have not done the one that he asked you to do yesterday. So when they say move, me, I will move. Oh. When they say jump, me, I will jump. If they say start networking, you will see me, I will start networking. I am very obedient. Mama said come, I say I will come. Mama said stop doing it, I say I will. As I am like this, I just ensure that That's why when what you said, I said you preached to me, man. When you said friendship, mommy, and you started this video and you said friendship, because sometimes it can be friends that God will use to push you to say, go and do this thing. And you listen to that friend. When you don't listen, it does not work. It doesn't work. When mommy said, come, I was like, mommy. Even she said, I'm the one that said you should come. Come.
Yes. Yes.
So that was how I got into real estate, ma. And 3 years down the line, we clocked 3 years, 1st of February 2024. We have 10 estates, mommy, 10.
Oh,
We have sold out 2. We have in Lagos, we have in Ogun State, we have in Benin City. We have staff strength over 10 people working full time with Rep 360, and we have many that are working part time. If in terms of what am I saying, full time staff, if I include those that work in our sites, I'm talking over 15 people. And they are well paid, and I know that everything that I have done so far if you can't remove the God factor, at every point in time there was instruction, there was movement on that instruction, and there was results that followed that action. So I know for a fact that there is grace over my life, but I know that the grace made me work even harder.
my God. You're such a beautiful soul, Tope. I've told you over and over. Thank you for sharing this. This is amazing. And you can see the comments, different comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just as we wrap up, have you ever, number one, made any mistake before? And have you ever been criticized before?
Mommy, I've been heavily. I'm an only child. So there are many things I did not know. I was very sheltered. I didn't get much exposure to plenty people. My parents protected me as much as possible. But when I got into TVC, my eyes saw. I'm not so good with, Yoruba people are like, they have FFA, greeting and all of those things. It's not my thing. So I got to work, and I've never worked in an environment that there were other people. I've always been me, my staff inside my studio. So now I know how to work in a company. There was a day somebody came to me and said, Tope, you are a good person, but you don't know how to greet. You don't know how to greet. I've said it behind your back. I have to say it in your front. I was like, Joe, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will try. Just be helping me. Just be helping me. The person called me out, and it was an area of weakness. I'm not someone that is particular about, don't use my brush, don't use my biro. I was working in a place where if you use my own, I don't bother. I can use your own. I had to learn and learn because I was easily picked on. At a point, even Mariah, if Mariah tells you my story, she will say it with so much relish that I was heavily misunderstood. I was seen as I was a snob. I was not kind. I don't check on people. There was just so many misconceptions around me and confusion around me because I just did not understand. It was the good heart. It was because there was purity of motive in every confusion that happened. At every point, people were calling names or saying, Tope did this, Tope did that. I'm like, no, I did not, this wasn't it. By the time they finished saying everything back and forth, they'd be like, I don't mind Tope. It's innocent mind, she used to say. She did not mean it like that. Over and over again, they'll be like, Tope said this. They say, it's with, Mariah will be the one to defend me. That is with innocent. She did not, she didn't mean it like that. But I found myself in several places where, at a point, I even told myself, I am not destined to have friends because every little thing, I'm the one they will say, I said. It was always happening to me. I will cry. I will pray. My husband will be like, see, just hold yourself. But in 2017, I wrote a prayer point that I wanted covenant friendship. And I prayed about it. I put it in my vision board. And God brought me covenant friends. God brought me covenant friend. He answered that prayer. And I have consistently been growing and learning. There are things I used to do 5 years ago I will not do now because I now know boundaries, mommy. I did not know what boundaries were before. Me, I'll just enter, I'll do. And I'll be like, why are you quarreling? If you come to my house, you can do the same thing. It's not a big deal. I realize, no, you don't do unto others what you can take. You do unto them what they want. You know what people want, and you give them what they want. You don't love people with your own love language. You love them in their own love language. I had to learn all of that in a very, very difficult way. Cried, prayed, but over time, I understood myself. I understood I was not a bad person, because I was like, are you a bad person? I understood that I was being misunderstood because I did not understand social etiquette well enough. And I trained myself to understand social etiquette better. And I'm saying all of this because I know that many people watching need to understand that they can call you a name today, even if you are that name. It does not mean you cannot change. They can say you are the most stingy person in the world today, and you can tomorrow be the most generous person. It's your decision. And you can decide and change. When you spoke about mercy, there's something, I will discuss that one with you privately. I did something between me and my covenant friends. Mommy, I fell my own hand. Like, I couldn't believe I did it. I knew I did it. At the point I was justifying it. You know the way Nigerians, we justify evil things. You will collect bribe and come and pay tithe in church. Like, God does not know what you did was wrong. You will collect contracts and you will come to church. You will not do the contracts. You will collect a contract of 100,000 naira. You will pocket 800,000 naira, only execute 20,000 naira, and in your mind you think God does not see and what you have done is right. But we see it as God has blessed me. You meet money on the floor, God has blessed me. I was in that category of Nigerians that I felt, God can bless you in different ways, to the detriment of my friends, and they showed me mercy. I apologized and they showed me mercy. And our relationship is better than ever before. We went through the challenge and we came out of it stronger. But if they did not show me mercy, we will not have the friendship we had today. They have also done things I've shown them mercy on. So when you were saying this thing about mercy, it was not a small thing, because even you demanding for mercy as a good person, you can fall your own hand and embarrass yourself to do things that you cannot even say and be like, so, Oburu. It's not like it's not Babara, mommy, but it's just that considering where I put myself as a child of God, I should not do it. But I did it. And I asked for forgiveness and I got it. There was grace extended to me. So when you ask that question, yes, I have gone through it. We'll beg, we'll forgive, we forgive in advance. There's nothing they can do now. I've forgiven them already. They cannot wrong me. We are covenant sisters. We have passed it.
Oh, you are such a gem. The comments are just amazing about you. Thank you for being so real.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, Tope. Some people want you to mentor them, and then some people want to buy land. Some people want to be involved. Can you just speak to us in that area? If they want you to mentor them, how do they reach out to you? If we want to buy land from you, whatever. This is
okay.
This just
So thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. So what we do in terms of real estate growth, because I'm a teacher, when I experience life, I don't experience life. Life doesn't just happen to me. I evaluate my life. I evaluate what worked and what did not work. So for every time I have any level of success, I know what I did. If I experience any setback, I can trace that this is the reason this thing happened. So thank you. I'm seeing the comments and I cannot even help myself. So I created a mentorship program. Yesterday we finished our first cohort, and I want to mentor others because I feel that I'm not a dam. I was telling them yesterday at the graduation, I said, if you put water in a bucket, the purest water, after a long time, it will stink. You are not meant to, you're not meant to contain what you have. Just keep it like that. Oh, Majera, you must be a channel. When you flow, it will continue to flow through you. So in paying it forward, I did this first training, and I'm willing to do I want to create another cohort in August. But in between that, I'm mentoring people. If you just send me a DM, I'll send you. You'd have to watch the current you'd plug into REM, which is my real estate mentorship program. I'm only doing real estate mentorship now. I'm not doing marriage mentoring. I'm not doing, if you want holistic mentoring, my mama is the mentor of all mentors. Even me, I am submitting myself to
Oh
her.
God.
It is only real estate that I can say you can
Oh,
come and meet me. If you want life mentorship, you want marriage, you want growth, you want success, join us in Marrakesh. Sign up for the mentorship with Mama FFA. I will yield at that level. But for real estate, I can guide people who are interested in real estate into mentorship. And we do have a lot of properties for sale. There was something I launched last year. It was very divine. It was born out of a problem. I bought a land and Omonile were worrying me on that land. We prayed, we fought, we got our land back. But I learned a lesson. If you leave the land fallow, nothing, nature abhors a vacuum. Don't leave your land fallow. In order to ensure that I don't leave my land fallow, I discovered that they were planting cassava in some areas and somebody was planting yam in some areas. So the new estate I launched last year, I planted yams there. And 1 year after, in less than 1 year, we harvested tubers of yam. We paid returns to our customers who invested in it. It's a very amazing location that we still have a few plots, very few plots available that I know people here can plug into. It's called Kefi Court. Where you buy the land, you don't need to worry your head about, I'm not ready to build now. Is my land safe? It is safe because we are planting on that land. So we have ensured that nobody would encroach. There are farmers on the land every day. We have ensured customers are making money even when they don't build on that land yet. And it is only on this project. I don't intend to replicate it everywhere because it is not every land that is suitable for agriculture. So we have created, another person I'm a Kepi cut landowner. All these my customers, as in I have the best customers. When we went through the challenge with Omonile, you have God and God give you people. I had the issue with Omonile. I could not enter my own land. It was a battle. I did a Zoom meeting with my customers and I explained to them, this is what happened. I have paid for the land. We own the land. There is no contention, but somebody somewhere wants to fight me. I have God. I showed them the police documents. I showed them everything to see that I've gone to the police station. My lawyer wrote letter, everything. And mommy, they were sending me voice notes to pray for me. These are customers that on the normal days, you'll be hungry. You'll be thinking they'll be vibrating to say, my land, I want to see my land, refund my money. People were praying for me. They were sending me voice. Tope, sleep. Oh, you look like you're not sleeping. Tope, you look like you're stressed. Go and take care of yourself. Just rest. God will give us victory. And when we had the victory, I did a video and people were just so happy. Everybody was there. We did we did a Zoom meeting. When we did physical allocation, somebody is building on that land right now. They are happy. God gave us victory, but I have amazing customers. I bless God. I'm celebrating every
fantastic.
one of them now.
Oh, fantastic. So, Tope, while we're wrapping up, can you just type how people can reach out to you? Maybe your handle or the Rep 360 and all that, so I can pin it for a few minutes. Somebody just asked now, what is Marrakesh? So once a year, we go outside where we live to another country. Like we went to, where did we go?
Mauritius.
We went to Mauritius, and we had fun, And March 10 to 17, we'll be going to Marrakesh in Casablanca, Morocco. This one is for men and women. In fact, there is a night that I have tagged a black tie, event. It's for men alone. My husband and I will be leading people March 10 to 17, 2025 to Marrakesh. You want to be a part of it, you can go on my website or go on my page, just as we are now, and send a DM. And Tope, have you written something?
Yes,
how can people reach you? It's not May, it's March.
It's March next year.
March next year. Okay, you want me to mentor you? Please send me a DM. My office will handle that, or send a message to the number on my website page. So I'm trying to find you or whatever. Can you just use your mouth to just say it? I can't find you.
Okay.
I'm learning this. How can people reach out to you?
You can. people can reach me. I'd put it up. I'll put it again. I put a number. Send a DM. Just send a DM. Just send a
What's
DM.
your link? TMO Speaks, Abi?
TMO Speaks or Rep 360. TMO Speaks or Rep 360. Any of those two. I dropped a number. But when you leave when the video is on your page, oh, thank you,
I've
ma. Thank you, ma.
read it, yes.
Please, I need to quickly tell people. When I went to Mauritius, then a few things that it's not just about being refreshed. I was very refreshed. Let me just put that one there. But in addition to it, I got to spend time with my husband, which was very important because when we are in Lagos, everybody's busy. This is 9 o'clock, he's not at home yet. In the morning, we go to work, everybody is up and down. So those time together help us to learn. Then women, we tend to struggle with getting our husbands buy-in on some things because they just feel you are insisting on what you want. You will not be the one to say it. Mama will say it for you. And the way she will say it, they will do what you want them to do. So it's just the dragging of husband is very, very important. Let them also come and learn. We are always going into events, praying, learning, but we're not exposing our husbands to as much as they should. So bringing them along is also very important. Then the people you will meet. The people you will meet, it's huge. The opportunities to network, it's not, you don't even need to network because just by being there, people know you are serious minded. You are saying you want friendship, you want covenant friends, you want people that will hold your hands. How will you meet them? You will meet them in places like this because anybody I meet there, I know this person is serious. I know this person means well. This person is goal oriented. This person is the knowledge in it. This person will be honest. So I think it's important that we expose ourselves to these things. And traveling opens your mind. You will see different ways people do things. Mommy, did you see the stones? All their fences were done with beautiful, like they do this. They do stones even in the room, the wall. You will come back with creativity because you have exposed yourself to a different culture. So please make it a date. Between now, me, I've registered, mommy, I've registered.
Yes,
So
yes.
you will
People are
see
already
us there.
registering. They are making deposits,
Yes, make your
Yes,
deposit and you can save the money. You can plan it financially. You have almost a year right now to plan. So there should be enough time for you to plan out the finances to ensure you are there. Invest in yourself. You'll be happy you did.
that's right. And some people are asking, it's for singles, marriage, divorce, separated, anybody. It's for everybody. I just want to carve out a night for men when men can just be together and enjoy themselves. So I have pinned it on Instagram at TMO Speaks or at Rep 360.
360.
This week, yes. So I see Kathy Abagun. Your people are here, and my personal people. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Auntie
Thank you
Nike.
so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Tope.
mommy. Thank you,
I'll bring
mommy.
you
Thank you,
again.
mommy.
I'll bring you
Thank you,
again
mommy.
and
Thank you,
again.
mommy.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
mommy.
all of you. Thank you for
God
being a
bless you,
part
mommy.
of this tonight.
Thank you, mommy.
Amen. Please greet your
Bless you.
husband and the boys.
I
And
will.
greet your mama. How does
Thank
it feel
you.
to be an only child? I can imagine.
Ah,
Oh,
his life.
my God. We thank God for
Thank you,
you.
mom.
Everybody,
Thank you,
please
mom.
have a
God bless you,
fantastic
mom.
night. God bless you all.
Bless you
I'll
too.
see you next time on Navigate with FFA. Either next week, Tuesday, or next time. Thank you, Tope. God bless you. Good night. I'm going to save the video, everybody. I'm saving it as usual. But it will be on my YouTube channel. Thank you.